Welcome to my channel, Cheating Stories Insight. Some tales aren't spun for clarity, they're woven to linger in your bones. Subscribe and feel what words alone can't capture. The porch sagged under the weight of time, its warped boards groaning beneath my steps. A crow perched on the rusted weather vane, its eyes glinting like polished obsidian. I stood in the foyer, where dust hung thick and the air carried the faint tang of her lavender perfume. She'd said, "It's theirs now. You've no claim here." I only nodded, lips curved in a smile she misread. The letter arrived, creased into thirds, her handwriting sharp as a blade, stripped of remorse. The farmhouse, mine by blood and toil, hers by theft, was handed to her brother's family. They'd move in Saturday. I didn't fight it. Silence isn't always surrender. Sometimes it's a fuse. There was a photograph, edges curling, of my father by the barn, his grin caught in a summer haze. I'd hidden it inside the pantry's false wall, a secret she never suspected. When I left, I slipped it into my coat, a quiet keepsake. The house felt empty, stripped by her touch, cold tiles, stark curtains, every trace of warmth erased. It was a showroom, not a home. I locked the door, but not with her key. She loathed the countryside, said the fields whispered secrets, said the quiet clawed at her nerves. She craved city lights, chatter, the pulse of validation. The farmhouse bored her, but she claimed it anyway, not for love, but to wound. Her brother's family, with their practiced grins and greedy eyes, once called the place cursed. They weren't wrong. The morning they arrived, clouds choked the sky, heavy with rain's promise. Their silver SUV crunched over the dirt path, wheels grinding pebbles into dust. They smiled at first. That faded fast. Her brother froze in the doorway, brow creased, sensing something sour. His wife's gaze flicked to the ceiling, as if it might collapse. The kids clung close, quiet, feeling what adults ignore. I'd taken the old family photos but left the attic's relics, faded daguerreotypes of stone-faced kin, the stairs too alive for comfort. One hung askew in the hall, watching. In the guest room, I'd scratched over the floral wallpaper with jagged lines, like cracks in ice, glowing faintly under moonlight. She thought I'd let the house go. She forgot who carved its heart. Decay has a way of unmasking truth. Behind the kitchen clock, I carved a phrase with a splintered spoon. She never loved you. She loved your stillness. A clock can lie, but not that one. The chandelier hummed faintly, though no one touched its wires. They'd find that unnerving. I'd rigged the attic radio to hum old hymns, distorted and faint, only at 4 a.m., just enough to fray nerves. Under the porch, I buried her old letters, folded into a tin, the ink bleeding into the earth. Each whispered regret, just loud enough to make her brother question the walls. I didn't break the house. I woke its ghosts. A week passed, then 3. They fled by the 4th. Said the pipes groaned, the shadows moved, the kids woke screaming. Someone tapped the windows at dusk, but no one stood outside. Her brother called it unlivable. I call it alive. She cornered me later, in a crowded cafe where eyes kept her safe. Her words dripped venom. How petty, how vicious. But her hands trembled. That was enough. She asked if I believed in spirits. I met her gaze. I believe in echoes. Later, I retired. The farmhouse stood, rooted deep, its silence thick as fog. I walked its rooms, feeling the pulse in the walls. Then I sat by the attic window, under starlight, and listened. The house didn't need owning. It remembered, and now, so did she.